Christians, how do you feel about the US president posting an AI photo of him as Christ? Aren't there these commandments that are important to those following the faith? Don't the first two say, "You shall have no other gods before me," and "You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them"? I doubt most Christians, especially the MAGA ones, know the Ten Commandments. Most MAGA Christians wouldn't know. They haven't actually read the Bible. I laughed. Poor guy is starved for attention and adulation. We already had a golden idol of him at CPAC. Christians should have realized who he was long ago. Wearing American flag shorts, they posted videos of themselves kissing his golden calves. The problem is, most Christians aren't. They're just people using church to be seen as good people. It's very performative, and it's why they never shut up about it or let you forget they're religious. They think going to the special room once a week and paying some guy telling them what to think means they can be assholes the rest of the week and still consider themselves good people. Most of the good Christians are the ones you'd never even know were religious. Critical thinking is not encouraged in most religions. MAGA literally built a golden statue of Trump. At this point, it's just another day. As a Christian, the first already despised the guy. I'm disgusted, but not particularly surprised. Any Christian who still votes for Trump is a clown. As a Christian, he is one of the most anti-Christian, anti-life people I know of. I don't even want to see that picture, although I'm sure I eventually will. The fact that he even calls himself a Christian is disgusting in my mind, as he makes no effort to live life according to the teaching of Jesus. Honestly, his base is idolizing him over Jesus despite claiming to be Christians. He might as well be called the golden calf. Yes, and there was a golden statue of him at CPAC, and his, quote, library renderings feature a golden statue of him as well. Idolatry of a terribly unrepentant, evil man. That was my final straw with Christianity in America. They speak so much about morals, and I've always seen the hypocrisy growing up. So many lining up to support him the first time just showed that much of evangelical Americans are not actually a religion, they are a political movement pretending to be a religion. I know not all Christians are this way, but a massive amount of them are, and it is the result of really just an effective psyop. The whole goal of the moral majority and continuing work after that was to turn evangelical Christians into a reliable voting bloc. They just need to hit a couple of points like abortion and being anti-gay and now trans, and that carries a whole voting bloc now. Going to church makes you no more of a Christian than standing in a garage makes you a Cadillac. Does he think the 10 Commandments are a to-do list? Maybe he gets a gift card from Satan for hitting them all. I do not know. Does he know or care about the 10 Commandments? The conservative sub is calling the Pope the Antichrist. So, Protestants have been doing that for 500 years. It's nothing new. That's not to say these self-styled evangelicals in the US are doing a good job being and acting like Protestant Christians, but hating the Pope is a feature, not a bug. Neither he nor his followers are Christians. Your actions make you a Christian. He's like a man telling you he is a vegetarian whilst eating a steak in front of you. He is a despicable liar and a pedophile. Jesus said that you will know them by their fruits. We definitely know Trump by the kinds of fruit he's been growing. How many horrible people need to self-identify as Christians before we consider that maybe the moral definition of a Christian doesn't hold much water? Because there's a lot of them out there. He did it as the Pope once already, and I rolled my eyes. So this is nothing new, sadly. You really think these Christians are going to respond negatively? They've been fine with everything so far. This won't even make them blink. Currently, if you told me Trump is the literal Antichrist, I wouldn't be surprised. The mark of the beast, Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 17, is a symbolic or literal seal placed on the right hand or forehead representing allegiance to an oppressive power, the beast, rather than God. It wasn't tattoos as originally thought. It was red baseball caps. I could be totally wrong about that, and he could just be an old demented fool. Either is terrible. I find his mockery of my religion to be blasphemous and disgusting. What about his autograph on every dollar bill?
Isn't his right-hand skin all fucked up, actually?
It's despicable, like 99 out of 100% of the things that dirtbag does. I'm more curious about the 1% you think is not despicable. It's entirely in character for him, and thus not particularly surprising. It just kind of blends in with all the other wackadoodle stuff he's done. It is an abomination. Any Christian that supports this man needs to look in the mirror and ask themselves who or what they truly worship, because there are no teachings of Christ to be found in this president. Can you imagine if Obama put out a picture of himself as Christ when he was president? It would be non-stop anarchy from Fox News. But when Trump does it, no problem, whatevs. He's really leaning into the Antichrist thing, isn't he? That won't faze the evangelicals at all, and in fact, most would probably be A-okay with it, because it's another checkbox on their apocalyptic end times fantasy list. The Antichrist must be here on Earth before Jesus would return. So yeah, they'd be totally cool with the idea that they handed our nation over to the Antichrist if they thought it meant their savior was returning.
He's absolutely the Antichrist.
I'm not a Christian, but I'm beginning to think he's the Antichrist.
Explains why Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist.
It's disrespectful, and I don't see how anyone who calls themselves a Christian can support him or this administration. They love it. They're super happy he called out the Pope tonight, too. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.